Tonight's production of Chardon Hilltopper Football is being underwritten by the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club and the following major underwriters: Clemson Excavating, Friel and Associates, Junction Auto Sales, Connecticut Quality Water Systems, Money Concepts, Chuck Old Chevrolet Pontiac, and by Universal Disposal. Tonight's program is also being supported by the Alvord Insurance Agency, Ayrshire Incorporated, Boswick's True Value Hardware, by Hamden Building Products, Howder's Lawn and Sport, and by Max Dugan's, by Pizza Plus, Security Federal Savings and Loan, and by Standard Title, by Troy Innovative Instruments, and by Waste Management. And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Chardon Hilltopper Football. I'm Craig Dees, joined by John Walsh. Tonight we're at Bedford Bearcat Stadium as the Chardon Hilltoppers set to take on the Akron Buchtel Griffins. And John, it seems like we were here not at this facility, but in this matchup just a couple years ago, and we had a dandy.
Oh yeah, we had an excellent ball game. I believe 21-20 or 22-21 was the final score with Buchtel on top. 2 years ago, like you said, that's a totally different group of kids out here. So, you know, it's hard to know what to expect, Craig.
The word around town is with this Chardon Hilltopper team, one of the differences in this team over years past is that the offense isn't as potent in some people's eyes as it has been in the past, but it's the defense that has stepped up to be very large this season.
Oh, this is one excellent defense. I'll tell you, when you can take schools like Euclid, hold them to 14, Shaker, hold them to 16, and some of the other big wins they've had this year, this is just a very tough defense to move the ball on the ground and not real easy to pass on either. And
that's going to be the key for them tonight. They could go as far as their defense will take them in the playoffs, which you don't normally hear that being said. But offensively, they've got to step up. And Gary Renner, who's been hobbled throughout most of the season, has had a few less carries in the last couple weeks, and they're hoping that he's 100% tonight.
Yeah, he ended up hardly playing at all last week, if he played at all. He's got that bad ankle that's been nagging him all season long, and but this is like a totally different. This is Gary's senior year. This is the last shot right here, you know, for the playoffs. It's time to just give everything, live with the pain, play the best you can. And on the Buchtel Griffin side, speed is the operative word here. They've got a couple running backs that have been able to put it together for almost 2,000 yards combined. Yeah, you got that, but you also Chardon's coming at you with a three-headed monster. Because between the three backs, two halfbacks, and fullback Renner, Makar Crow being the other ones, they're knocking on that 2,000 goal as well. Yeah, and for Akron Buchtel, the other guy you got to look out for running this option is Cortez Macon. He's the quarterback and does a nice job on the option, John, but here's a guy who's also dangerous. He's thrown for 1,000 yards this season. Yeah, he throws the ball real well, and you know, 1,000 yards is nice, but you can put a ball up 50 times a game and get your 1,000 yards. He's done it with a 60% completion ratio. He sure has. We're looking forward to a good ball game. Right now, there's light drizzle on the field, and we're not going to have any kind of problems with this synthetic turf. You could dump bottles of water on it all night long, and it will not show any effects of that. So we will take a break. When we come back, we'll have tonight's opening kickoff. You're watching Chardon Hilltopper Football on GTV. Bearcat Stadium at Chardon Hilltopper Football as they take on the Akron Buchtel Griffins. Tonight's broadcast of this Ohio High School Athletic Association football contest is presented by the Cleveland Clinic. Glad you could join us. It's Chardon Hilltopper Football, and the Hilltoppers have won the toss and elected to defer till half number 2, and that means Scott Makar will come in to kick off to the Griffs. And Makar a little banged up in practice this week from what we understand, a little knee problem, and actually was so bad early in the week they weren't even sure he was going to play tonight. Yeah, but that's like I was saying earlier when I referred to Renner and Whiting's banged up. It's playoff times. You know, somehow those things tend to heal themselves. Raymond McCray, number 20, Kevin Harvey, number 5, and Thomas Hill, number 32, go back deep for the Griffs. Looking up in the lights, it doesn't look like there's much rain, if any, coming down. Don't see a whole lot of umbrellas, so it looks like a dry start to this one as Makar heads to the near sideline, and that bounces off the shoulder pad of Kevin Harvey, squirts through a hole, and he falls across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and that's where Buchtel will have it first down and 10. Up front
James Logan, Daryl McMurray, Damian Johnson, Willie Johnson, and Dion Hayes. The tight end is Daryl Chapman. The wideout, Lyndon Hamilton. The talented running backs, Kevin Harvey, Ramon Walker, and Raymond McCray. And the quarterback is a 5'10", 165-pound senior, Cortez Macon. Macon on the season has thrown for about 1,000 yards, which, considering that they've gained 2,000 on the ground, isn't awful. And 60% through the air, though, so he is very accurate. Ramon Walker is the deep back now. First down and 10. They go straight up the gut. Nothing doing there to Raymond McCray. Matter of fact, McCray may have lost a yard. The defensive line for the Chardon Hilltoppers, Ken Fester, Chris Dakowitz, Keith Jenkins, and Kevin Platts up front. J.R. Vesey, Tim Smith, and Mitch Hewitt are the linebackers. Scott Makar, Ben Chuha, Brad Crow, and Ryan Davis round out the secondary for the 8-2 Chardon Hilltoppers under Coach Bob Doyle. They actually do give him a gain of maybe a foot on the play, so we'll still call it second down and 10. Now they split Kevin Harvey wide to the far side. And Macon to throw. A little swing pass, gets it to Walker. Walker bursts the speed up the sideline. He's across the 40, and the foot race is on, and I think this is going to be all over. But the shouting. Ramon Walker goes in from 76 yards out.
Boy, that was just a quick hitter on the outside, and they just let the speed of the receiver take over there.
They'll officially call it a 77-yard touchdown run. Wow. Well, they talked about the speed in the pregame there, John, and it was very apparent there as Ramon Walker, who gained over 1,000 yards on the season, adds another 77 to that total.
Yeah, that was one of those, probably sight unseen. That was an excellent play call because they threw it up short. Chardon was dropping back, respecting that speed. Consequently, he had lots of room to play, got good downfield blocking for the 6.
The extra point attempt by Brandon Hayes is no good. And you are correct, that is a pass from Walker to from Cortez Macon to Walker, so that is not a run. So at the 10-minute, 57-second mark here in the first quarter, Buchtel has quieted the crowd below. They lead Chardon by a score of 6-0. Wow.
Yeah, that kind of, those quick hitters like that tend to just slow you down a little bit. Now it's up to the offense to get something established here. Start moving the ball a little bit. Show that they can. Let their defense stay off the field a bit because they're a little shell-shocked with that early big reception there for the 6.
Well, that's not the way Chardon wanted to start out. They started out fine on the first play, and then after that it was all over. 77-yard pass from Cortez Macon to Ramon Walker. Andre Losers in to kick for Buchtel. Scott Makar back deep. Ryan Davis is back there as well, and so is Keith McLeod. They headed in the direction of Makar, who takes it at the 15. And he worms his way just across the 25-yard line, and that is where Chardon will take over. First down and 10. Up front for the Hilltoppers, we expect to see Jenkins, McCulcia, Neal, McGurr, and Burr. Kevin Platts is one tight end. We may see Ken Fester at the other tight end tonight as well. Ryan Davis is a wideout. Scott Makar, Brad Crow, the wingbacks. Gary Renner, the fullback, and Brett Weidig, a 6'2", 200-pound senior, is the quarterback. And they do go with double tight ends. Ken Fester is on the near side. First down and 10. They run straight up the middle. And that's Brad Crow, and Crow falls across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Defensively for the Grips, James Logan, Willie Johnson, Dion Hayes, and Brandon Hayes up front. Ramon Walker, Charles Beckett, and Jeremiah Verdon are the linebackers. Raymond McCray, Reggie Cook, Sidian Watson, and Rashad Law are the defensive backs. A gain of 5 on the last play. Second down and 5.
It'll be interesting to see how much Renner is pushed into this offense early on.
Here comes Makar. Makar breaks across a hole, keeps the legs pushing his way down to the 43-yard line. That'll be good for a Chardon first down.
Boy, they did. They opened up a big hole on that right side of the Chardon line there. Just able to ramble through it. You have Krabs over on the tackle, as you can see here as it opened up. Krabs going Dakowitz, and they just ran between those two big horses.
So first down and 10, they'll spot it at the 43-yard line. And this is what the Hilltoppers needed. They need to get a couple first downs here, John, and if they don't score, obviously scoring is the way they want to go.
Right, but mentally get back into the game.
Again, it's Makar. Makar, they bounce him outside. He's in a whole heap of trouble, and he's shoved out of bounds.
The referee
down
is
at the 40-yard line. He was knocked out of bounds by Sedin Watson.
Yeah, afterwards, that play went well out of bounds there, and the referee did an excellent job getting out there, making sure that there's no extracurriculars that go out there.
Looked like Scott had a handful of Watson's face mask, and no wonder he couldn't let him go. He was dragging him down with him.
I think he was pushing up from underneath it rather than grabbing hold of it, though.
The ball's at the 38-yard line now. It's a second down and 15. Again, they go double tights. And that's Crow in motion. And Weidig hit as he throws, lobs it up in the air, and it's knocked down. Coming up over the top was Reggie Cook to knock that ball away from Scott Makar. And that'll make it third down.
Well, I'll tell you, Makar really left his feet well on there. You can see that his vertical leap is excellent. Look how high up in the air he is. The defender is right on him. Excellent coverage by the Buchtel defender. Good attempt at bringing that high pass down by Makar.
9 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. The Buchtel Griffs leading by a score of 6-0. It's a third down and 15 yards to go for the Hilltoppers. Crow goes in motion. Ball's loose on the ground and is recovered by Buchtel. Ramon Walker came in to recover that fumble all the way back at the 35-yard line, and I don't think anybody realized the ball was on the ground. Kind of just sat there and spun. Watch it again.
You can watch it. It's put right on the side of Renner here. He never really gets a handle on the ball. I don't know if he got up there too quick. No, actually, that was Makar. It wasn't Renner, but I don't know if he got there too quick or Whiting had a little problems getting back, but there's miscommunication on the handoff there, and it ended up being a bad break for Chardon.
Ramon Walker is a candidate for Ohio Mr. Football this season. I'll tell you some of his numbers as the evening progresses. First down and 10. The ball at the 35-yard line. Straight up the gut they go. It's Raymond McCray, and McCray moves his way for 5 yards down to the Chardon 30.
That's one thing about Buchtel. Their backs aren't overly big in the size department. You know, you're talking 5'9", 155, 6'2", 175, 5'8", 168 are the three running backs. But up front, between the tackles, they are absolutely huge, with a 6-footer 250 being their smallest. And they got two bona fide 300s and one 280 blocking.
Second down at 5, and Buchtel puts it on the deck, and Chardon, I think, has recovered, but we have to wait for the official signal, and they do. Coming up with the crumble was Tim Smith. So Chardon ends up losing about 5 yards on that exchange, but they're happy just to get it back, and you can see Macon just came out of the center too quickly.
Really, I don't know if they lost 5 yards in that exchange, because they were down to fourth down. They were going to be putting the ball away, so actually what they did was just gain the ball right back here. Hopefully they got the shakes out of there, can go right back and start moving that offense again.
Ken Fester checks out of the game now, and they bring Ryan Davis as the wideout.
Yeah, it's probably an attempt to kind of spread them out a little bit and just see what happens.
First down and 10.
Just a different look.
Makar is hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he goes down.
Yeah, we had a lot of penetration that time as there were 4 Griffins sitting in that field. Makar had absolutely no place to go. As you can see him, they come across the line there. He's juking, trying to find something, but there's just too many right shirts in front of him. So far, we haven't seen the ball handed to Renner yet. He hasn't worked his way in the offense. They've been going with the halfbacks, throwing the ball a couple times.
Second down and 12. Jason Adams now into the ball game as a wideout on the near side. Weidig hands it to Makar. Makar's got some blockers, but they do a good job, and he breaks a tackle, and he bolts across the 40 to near the 41-yard line before he's brought down by Charles Beckett. And he will be dangerously, and he does have a first down. He's more than close to a first down. He picked it up.
173 Dackwood. The guy in front of him actually goes down, but he covers him with his body just to kind of keep him from getting a hold of Makar. Even though it wasn't really a dynamite, hitting block or anything like that, the effectiveness of it helped Makar get loose there.
Charles Beckett on the season leads the Griffs in tackles. He's got 72 first hits on the season. The ball is at the 41-yard line. It's first down and 10 for the Toppers. And it's Renner this time for the first time tonight. And Gary barrels his way to near the 49-yard line, so he'll pick up a quick 8 on that first down. Clock continues to run, 7 minutes.
That's
40 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Same big hole they had opened up on the other side, except this time it was Larry McGrewer and Keith Jenkins opening up between the guard tackle hole. Opened a big one as Renner in his first carry makes his effort. That's the guy they got to get going. That way, if he is moving the ball, they're giving him holes where you can get yardage. You're keeping the ball away from that explosive Griffin offense.
Cook and Watson on the tackle. Again, it's Renner. And Renner doesn't look like he got the first down. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy, as he'll spot it just on the other side of midfield now.
Yeah, that's about straight in front of me, and I'd say it's a short yard, but he was just a little bit short on that one.
So third down and short yardage now. On the season, Gary Renner carried the football 177 times for 760 yards. That's a little over 4 yard a carry. But he has been nicked up for most of the season. Of course, he is the single season, or I should say the career rushing leader at Chardon High School. Broke that against the Eastlake North Rangers earlier in the season. And again, it's Renner, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Brandon Hayes. And he will lose at least a yard. Big Brandon Hayes pulled him down.
Yeah, that's one of those. They shot the linebacker from the inside there. Renner never had an opportunity to get going. As you can see, 98 coming across and just making the tackle.
Brandon Hayes, a 6'3", 225-pound sophomore, came bolting through there. Everybody's trying to figure out who this 98 is. Well, Brandon forgot his jersey this morning, Coach told me, so he had to get a new one. Makar gonna throw. Looks and he had a man. That was Keith McLeod, and he was open, and he may have had the first down if all he had to do was catch it and turn.
Yeah, he was right about where the first down marker went. That was good thinking on Makar's part. You know, it was one of those, he got the ball, looked, saw the guys in front of him, just did a quick little shovel pass almost, because he just tried to get rid of it, because there was no opportunity to kick that ball at all. It was in and out of the hands of McLeod.
So first down and 10, the Griffins get the football back on their first drive. 77-yard touchdown pass put them up on the board. The second series, they fumbled the football back to Chardon after Chardon fumbled it to them. Cortez Macon under center. And they hand it to Ramon Walker. And Walker gets a couple of tough yards down to the 48-yard line of Chardon.
Yeah, a couple tough ones, like you said. They were doing a slant left on that one. As you can see, the players kind of shooting to the left. They were able to react, seal up that middle again. Linebackers, Fester came up, Timmy Smith's in there. Jenkins is right on top of the pile there. Tell you, one of the factors that's going to come into play tonight, Chris, I talked about their huge offensive line up there. You look, a lot of those same players go both ways. They're also on the defensive line. When you're carrying out 300 pounds, conditioning is really a strong factor. We have to see late third quarter how their conditioning is.
2nd and 8, Macon being chased, lets it fly. The ball is incomplete. Macon was squashed by Kevin Platts. Pass was intended for Darrell Chapman.
Yeah, Brad Crow cut in front there, almost able to pick it up off the turf. As you can see, it's a rollout right. He pulled his left guard out to lead block on him. Timmy Smith coming from the backside. You can see Crow just was almost to make it, just didn't have the proper angle to get underneath the ball, keep it from hitting the turf first.
3rd down and 8.
That's a big play for Chardon. Well, they can hold him here, even though when the punt, that's going to put them deep in their territory, but at least they can get the ball back.
Lyndon Hamilton goes in motion. And they hand the ball on a counter to Walker, and Walker doesn't go anywhere. Got a yard at best. Ken Fester was there to bring him down. Also J.R. Vesey
Yeah, I think we're going to have, they're going to come out and punt, which is the right choice. You think here, you got that fourth down, it's across the midfield, let's get brazen. But the whole point is you can't go too brazen. You're in the playoffs now. One mistake, every team out here is quality, and this is the right choice, punting it.
Anthony Horn to punt it. Kind of shanked that. Look out in the first row.
They didn't get much yardage off that at all. I don't think he got it to the first down marker.
They will spot it. It looks to be near the 40, so it's looking like a 6 or 7 yard punt.
Yeah,
that'll kill an average.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Hopefully that's not his career best. But, yeah, I think that he dropped the ball and went off the side of his foot there because that just went left angle rather than straight down the field.
So first down and 10 now. The Toppers get the football back at the 40-yard line. Jason Adams is wide to the far side. That's Makar in motion. Flags everywhere. We got guys moving all over the place.
Yeah, they blew that real quick, so that's obviously going to be on Chardon for a procedure as somebody jumped. That's exactly what the referee just signaled. Yeah, that's not the type of thing you need. Your offense is starting to get into groove where they're getting close to, establishing the drives and all. You can't start out with that 5-yard deficit where you got to go on to 1st and 15.
Ryan Davis checks in for Chardon. He will split wide to the far side. So 1st and 15, 4:25 to go, opening quarter. Buchtel leads Chardon by a score of 6-0. Whiting looking, Whiting being hit. Brought down by Dion Hayes. There's another 300-pounder for you. 6'3", 300-pound senior drags him down all the way back at the 26-yard line. That'll be a loss of 9.
And that was just pure bull rush as he came in there and just overwhelmed people, split the difference between them and just went through. Good mobility for a 300-pounder because he got back there quick.
Now 2nd down and 24.
Yeah, this is not what Chardon wanted to see, where they're going to have to go to the air to make up the big yardage now.
2nd down and a bus ride. Whiting has it and only gets back to the 30-yard line. Being chased for his life, and that'll bring up 3rd down and a bunch. That'll be about 3rd and 20.
Well, that was an interesting call. He's coming with a quarterback draw because that was obviously, he wasn't going back, dropping in the pass. That was a draw from the word go. It was just reaction. They were dropping back. It probably was a proper call, which would have got him a good 10, 15 yards of it back. But those reaction times of those linebackers for the Griffs, they just came up, read it, closed it right down, held it to just a few-yard gain.
Ramon Walker, one of the best linebackers in the area. 14 sacks on the season, 21 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 19. Whiting to throw. Double coverage down the field, and Whiting's going to have to hang on to it. He will only pick up a couple of yards as he's near the 35-yard line, and another punting situation coming up for the Chardon Hilltoppers, and they're hoping it goes better than the last time.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was the wise choice by Whiting, because like you said, there was double coverage. He only had one receiver out on that pattern that time. He was blanketed. There really wasn't anything open where he could run the ball, but there was no place at all to throw it. So he made the wise choice, just taking a minimal gain in lieu of a turnover.
There's Scott Makar to punt. Gets off a nice high kick, headed in the direction of Raymond McCray, who takes it at the 28.
Boy, there's some nice blocking down there.
McCray somehow stays on his feet as he's across the 40, and he leaps to near the 44-yard line. Got a Hilltopper down at the 28-yard line.
That's right where there were 2 monster blocks. That's Mitch Hewitt down there. He's one of those coming on the corner. Got 2 excellent downfield blocks from a couple of the Griffins.
Now Mitch gets back up off the ground. While we've got a second, I'd like to remind you that GTV and the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club. I'd like to thank the businesses we spoke of earlier and the individuals for their support. Tonight's game is not being produced with cable subscriber franchise fees. Most other programming is funded by the frees from Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Middlefield Village. But tonight's game is being brought to you and underwritten by the local businesses in the Chardon area. And the Boosters and GTV would like to thank them for their support. First down and 10 for the Griffs. And that is McCray. And McCray just puts his head down and barrels his way to near the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Griffs.
I'll tell you, that McCray, I'd be willing to bet he's a major player on the sprint team coming the spring for the Griffs. He shoots out of the blocks and just gets to that line of scrimmage so fast that if there's only a little gap open, he's hitting it right now. Boy, he's got some quickness coming out of the box.
First down and 10. In the throw, fires, has a man underneath and out of bounds at the 39-yard line, and that is Kevin Harvey.
There is your cover. I see Fester's out there in the coverage. Keith McLeod. I can't see who else. Brad Crow was in on that tackle too. Good coverage, but I'll tell you, he's got a cannon back there. He's rifling in there. You can't play him too tight. You got to find that halfway zone where you're playing him tight enough that you're not giving him that short little gimme. But if you come up too quick, you know, they're going to burn you with their speed on a little hitch and go. So that teams at speed, they're tough to cover on a secondary.
Second down and 5. They go over the right side of McCray, and McCray falls forward for a couple, 2 or 3 yards. So that'll bring up a third down and short. Minute 24 to go here in the first quarter. Mitch Hewitt comes off the field. I was going to say before this preceding play that he was hobbled as he got back to the huddle.
He's
and
still
he gave
hobbling.
it another go there and decided that enough was enough, and he'll come off and get some attention.
Yeah, that's 2 plays he was in there, and maybe at half strength, because you can see he's still feeling the impact from that tremendous block that was laid on him downfield. It's a big play for the Toppers.
Third down and a short 2. Flats grab McCray from behind. It's going to depend on where they spot the forward progress, and they'll spot it a little bit shy of the first down at the 36-yard line. Platts had him, slowed him up, and then he got some help.
Yeah, I think maybe a gain of a foot. That's about all he got out of that. I'm sure we're in fourth down territory here as the ball's just outside of the 36.
26 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Cortez Macon looks over to Coach Claude Brown. Claude Brown's first year here at Buchtel, and he's got the Griffs in the playoffs. 3 years in New Philadelphia before he came here, where he compiled a 12-18 record. Fourth down and a yard. This time they go with the big man in the backfield, Walker, and Walker just shoots his way through and down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they gave him that gap again. They just hit it quick, got the good first down yardage there.
They will wind the clock up, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. We have played 1 quarter of football here in the first round of the playoffs from Bearcat Stadium in Bedford, and it is the Akron Buchtel Griffs on top of the Chardon Hilltoppers by a score of 6-0. While we've got an opportunity, let's run through some of the sponsors that are helping to bring the game with you. Tonight, Clemson Excavating, Friel & Associates, Junction Auto Sales, Connecticut Quality Water Systems, Money Concepts, Chuck Old Chevrolet Pontiac, and Universal Disposal. Tonight's program is also being supported by Alvord Insurance Agency, Ayrshire Incorporated, Boswick's True Value Hardware, Hamden Building Products, Howder's Lawn and Sport, Max Dugan's Pizza Plus, Security Federal Savings and Loan, Standard Title, and Troy Innovative Instrument and Waste Management. These are the people that are bringing you the game. If you get a chance to stop by these fine establishments during the course of the week, or if you can give them a call and say thanks for bringing you Chardon Hilltopper football in the playoffs for, this is our 4th year together, Mr. Walsh. You believe it?
Yes, it's
They keep
anniversary
back.
time.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 4 years of this, which means that the Hilltoppers have been in the playoffs all 4 years, which is the good news, you know?
It has nothing to do with our standard of excellence.
Not at all. We're just along for the ride. First down and 10. Making the throw. Got some time. Now he's got to step up. Being chased, being hit, but he does get about 3 yards out of the deal.
Yeah, that was good coverage downfield. He had the time. He had good protection up front. He just couldn't find that open receiver. Saw the little lane open up, decided to get something out of it.
Tim Smith made the tackle for Chardon after a gain of 3. Checking back into the game is Lyndon Hamilton. He will replace Kevin Harvey.
Yeah, we got Marty Miller in for Hewitt, they were working on him on the bench. He's standing up now, moving around a little bit. It looks like he's getting close to being ready to come back into that game. But Miller's filled in real well for him in that outside linebacker spot.
3rd down and 7. Straight up the middle they go to McCray, and not a whole lot doing there. He falls forward for 2 yards. Coming up off the bottom of the pile was Kevin Platts. The running backs for the Griffs this season have been outstanding. Ramon Walker's carried the football 91 times, so you think that's not 9 times a game. Over the 10 games, he's gained 1,020 yards. And his running mate, Raymond McCray, has carried it 81 times for 868 yards. You put that all together, and you're pushing about 1,900 yards, so not too bad. And if you the yards per game, they're both over 10.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The yards per carry average is what's really impressive about that tandem.
3rd and 5 as Macon rolls out. And he slips and falls on the turf. Tim Smith eventually got there, but Macon tried to put the brakes on, and the feet went right out from underneath him. Now, you and I were on the field before the ball game and talking to Ray Kennedy, the AD, and he said this field gets slippery when it gets cold and icy, but he said the little nubbly spikes are what you want to wear on a night like tonight as opposed to the flat shoe, because you sometimes have this problem.
Yeah, they'll grab a little bit there. That time, he felt the breath of Smith coming on him, and he tried to reverse the field, feet shot underneath. I see Hewitt just came back in the game, but he wasn't running real smooth. He was still hobbling a little bit. 4th down and 10, making the throw, fires it looking downfield, and that pass is out of bounds. Pass was intended for William Scott. Scott Macar on the coverage, and that will turn the football back over to Chardon. Watch Macar in this one. He does great body position. He's got him on the sideline. He kind of pushes him in. It's not pass interference. He just takes the field away from him, pushing him out on the sideline. Just, you really don't have to get up and smack the ball away or something. You can do a good defense with your body using that sideline. It's about the way as Macar just illustrated there.
9 minutes, 44 seconds to go here in the first half. The Griffs lead the Hilltoppers 6-0. Time for the Chardon offense to get something going. We've heard about the big play potential of this Chardon offense, and that's what they need right now. Whiting to throw, and he goes down. Oh, boy, the front line just collapsed around him. Brandon Hayes, I think, was the first man there.
Yeah, they got to do those. If they're going to be passing out of this situation here, they're going to have to do those quick hitters.
James Logan was there, 64. Wow.
They're just swarming in the middle. You look, they got 8-9 guys in the box there, which means between the tight end positions, everybody's just bunched inside. If you're going to make those things, what you got to do is just a quick slant to one of your tight ends, or if you got using the wide out to him, or even send one of your backs out, but quick hitters.
2nd and 17. And Renner goes up to the 26-yard line, so only picks up a gain of 2. Boy, you hate to have yourself in those kind of situations, John, where you're coming out, your defense works hard to get you the football back, and you find yourself at 2nd and 17.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's serves the same purpose as a penalty. It puts you in the hole immediately, except with a penalty, you get the extra down. You don't lose that also.
3rd down and a short 15 to go. There is such a thing. Whiting will look. Whiting's going to have to run it again. Nobody's open, and he gets squashed out of bounds. Charles Beckett came up, knocks him down, and helps him right back up. Also, Sadine Watson.
Yeah, they marked that just very minimal game, maybe just a couple of feet or so.
How many guys are they putting out in the pattern for him? It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of guys. Maybe 2 or 3 at the most, and there's just double coverage all over the place, and not been able to connect.
You got more white shirts than black in front of you.
So Macar to punt again. Snaps a good one.
They're coming.
Got it off nicely, headed in the direction of Raymond McCray, and Raymond will let it bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 41-yard line, and that's where the Griffs will take over. 1st down and 10. So the first defensive lapse for Chardon early on the big catch and run for 77 yards, but both defenses so far, John, have played pretty tight.
Oh, they've played very, very well. Again, that was just that one short pass lapse, the second play of the game, as a matter of fact. Since then, they've tightened up and taken away this offense pretty much for the Griffins, but you can't relent at all because they are a big play team as well, and they'll bust stuff, so you got to just keep punching, coming at them.
The Griffs were state runners-up in 95. That was the year they beat Chardon in the semis, and also in 96, so they're playoff tested. They put the ball on the ground again, but they're able to get it recovered. Ramon Walker was able to smother that ball, and that's a loss of 3 or 4. This season, Buchtel started out 0-3, losing to St. Ignatius, which there's no shame there. Fremont Ross, they lost to Squeaker 21-19, and then Walsh Jesuit, a very good Division III team, knocked them off 14-0. And then they went on a run where they won their last 7 in a row, scoring, get this, 48, 36, 44, 38, 46, 41, and 35. An unbelievable run. 35 points or better in their last 7 games.
Well, that shows they know where the end zone is.
Second down and 14. Making the throw. Swings it out, and it's almost picked off by Chuha. Ben Chuha came, and that would have been 6.
Oh, yeah. He just had that missed time by a hair. Had to actually lean backwards. He got too far in front of that. Had the screen read it beautifully, just got a little bit too far out in front, or like you said, that would have been 6. You know how I mentioned before, Hewitt was going to the game hobbled? He's back out again. I'd see they're working over him on the bench again.
Yeah, well, he was hobbled. He was really hobbled. He did not look good coming off.
Well, he didn't look going back in. That was the questionable point.
The Buchtel, getting back to Buchtel with that amazing run offensively and defensively in their last 7 games, they allowed 47 points. That's why they're here. Hot pass across the middle to Walker, and it's incomplete. Couldn't come up with that one as Chuha was on the coverage along with Tim Smith.
Yeah, you could see him try to grab that all the way down the body as that ball just never got put away properly. Good tight coverage again. Smith, well, I guess Smith helped with him not being able to put that ball away. That defense is starting to play like they have all season long.
To say nothing like a good defensive struggle. 6 minutes, 53 seconds to go, and Chardon will get the football back.
Looks like Chardon's coming for this punt.
Anthony Horn to punt, and they almost do get it, and they're going to flag him. And Chardon will recover it at the 25, but I think that's a mute point right now. They're going to call running into the kicker. That was a tough one. They were coming. Chris Scanlon, I think, might be the man that they flagged, number 37. But that's a tough call.
I don't think that's an automatic first down, is it?
I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. Well, no, they're going to march it off. It should be 50. No, how many yards? Let's see.
Well, if it's 15, it'll be the first down. If it's only the 5-yard,
that'll be
run into the kicker.
There is no such thing. Everything's 15. So that's a first down. I just had to count up to see how far that 4th down play was. It was 4th and about 13. So they pick up the first down by 2 yards on what, as you can hear, the fans below didn't like that call too well.
Yeah, quite honest, I didn't see the roughing at all. You know, I kind of had my eye going on the ball. I didn't watch the aftermath of the punt.
Well, there was contact. There's no question about the contact, but it looked like they were doing their best to hold up.
Now it's back on the defense again to hold them.
Sure is. There's Walker. Dragging runners, or tacklers, I should say, across the 45 down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Chardon's starting to adjust. They're doing a little bit more stunts up front. Slanting in, pitching in towards the middle, looping people around, trying to offset that quick lane opening. Hopefully you can have a guy swinging around and just fill in the gap where the ball carrier is going to be going. Because I tell you, as quick as these backs are, they don't really adjust. They go right at the hole, and you know it's not one of those where you can just veer off, because by the time they're speed 2-3 steps, they're right at the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 5. Passes completed to Kevin Harvey. Puts on a great move, and he's down the near sideline before he's knocked out of bounds by Brad Crow. He gets knocked out at the 11-yard line, and he put a heck of a move on it about the 25. and picked up the rest of the yardage all on his own.
Yeah, you can see he just turned it into the inside here. Little fake. Faked out the defender right there and just took off for the sidelines.
Tell you what, at the beginning of that replay, you could see that Ben Chuha had come in from his safety position, thinking if Ben puts his arms up in the air, might be able to knock that pass down. He was close enough, but he never put the arms up to get in the face of Macon.
Yeah, I don't think he spun around. I don't think he had a view of where the pass was exactly.
First down and 10 on the 11-yard line.
I guess the defense came up with 2 big goal line stances of Mayfield. They're going to have to suck it up and do it right here.
They run the option, and Macon goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
Boy, he just split 2 defenders and just put on a burst of speed and went right between them.
Cortez Macon goes in from 11 yards out. Now he has helped with both touchdowns for the Griffs this evening. And we are at 12-0 with the extra point ahead, and I'm sure they'll go for 2 here.
Yeah,
I would get back up to 14.
I would think they would too.
Oh, we've got a...
Oh, no points on the board.
Hang on a minute.
I didn't see what the signal was on the penalty, but
it wasn't a. See, well, the referee's coming. I saw him wave that way, unsportsmanlike. But it was after the touchdown, so it was obviously a celebration foul.
So this is a long extra point.
Oh yeah. So they'll bring it all the way out to the 18-yard line, and the Griffs are going to take time out to think about exactly what they're going to do. Hey, if you're watching this Hilltopper replay on Channel 24, which we know you are, the game will be, if you're watching it Sunday at 7, we'll be back again Sunday night at 9:30, and again Monday at 7 and 9:30. So the days are Sunday and Monday, 7 and 9:30, so depending on when you're watching it, you might be able to tune in and watch it again, and hopefully you'll want to watch it again if the score gets turned around here, because Chardon off to a rocky start, a couple of big plays. Claude Brown called timeout. He's given an earful to the referee, I think, about the celebration. I didn't get a chance to see exactly what went on in the end zone there, but it was enough to draw a flag. And then tell you what, in the playoffs anymore, they don't mess around.
Well, they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. If it's in the rule book, call them. Call them tight, because it's just not right. If that's how the rule reads, call it. I know I've seen some games where I've seen excessive hot dogging, celebration, and all that, and the referees didn't call it. This is only the second group of referees I've saw. At Euclid, they called it. They took Fisher, did this dive into the end zone there. They threw a flag for excessive hot dogging, if you will.
Here comes a 2-point conversion. Scott goes in motion, and now Macon will throw. Looking, being chased, being hit, being sacked. He goes down, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So at the 5:52 mark, here in quarter number 2, it is the Akron Buchtel Griffs on the scoreboard by a score of 12-0.
Yeah, I'm sure Chardon is hoping that this could end up being a big play, because if they can get 2 touchdowns in with the extra points or something, they got a lead. I tell you, extra points do come into play sometime. Boy, I tell you, he's a dangerous guy with that ball. You can see it starts, stops, and all. He's just like a water bug going all over the place.
Now we know about the East Liverpool game that we did. Extra point was huge in that game.
Yeah, that sent it in at overtime.
Yep, sure did. So 5 minutes and 52 seconds to go. The rain looks like it's picked up in intensity a little bit as it's starting to hit the windows here in front of us.
Well, I tell you, this is a beautiful facility they built out here at Bedford, though. It's just first class all the way.
Yep. There you see a good shot of the rain coming down from the sky. As my father used to say, what's it supposed to do, go up? Chardon only with 28 yards rushing, Chris Reckner tells us. That's not too good.
No, that isn't.
Kevin Harvey drills it straight down the middle and into the hands of Ryan Davis, and Davis tries to stay on his feet and does until he gets to the 29-yard line. And that is where the Hilltoppers will take back over, first down and 10.
Yeah, they had a little wedge set up there, but it was a non-moving wedge. They're kind of holding ground, standing in place, and letting the ball carrier come up to them. See, Ryan Davis is in the game, so I guess they're not going with the double tights.
Kenny Fester just came off the field. Do see Bob Krebs in the ball game for Chardon on the offensive line. First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. The ball's at the 30-yard line. They give it to Makar. Makar with a huge hole up the middle. He's across the 40 with a lot of running room. Makar is going to be dragged down from behind, and he loses the football, but right there is the quarterback, Weidig, who is able to hold on to it. So Makar got it lost, but Weidig, hustling down the field, is able to recover the fumble, and Chardon keeps possession.
Boy,
that's a huge play.
I'll tell you, that is, and that is the exact reason why they have the quarterbacks do that hustle kind of stuff. You know, just because you made the head, as you can see, he just flashed by the screen there. Just pure hustle following, because really there's nothing he could do on that play except be there for a bad occurrence like that. Boy, that helps out big time.
34-yard run by Scott Makar.
That does give you an indication of how the speed is, because Makar isn't exactly a truck when it comes to going down that field. He can put him down pretty quick, and he got flat out hustled from behind as he just ran him down and caught up to him.
And now they call it unsportsmanlike against Chardon.
He's explaining that over at the Chardon bench now.
That'll move the football all the way back.
Boy, you don't need that.
Near midfield, back to the 49-yard line, and they'll take it from where the first down was, so that now makes it 1st and 25.
Boy,
thank you very much.
Boy, that's a real hurdle. Your biggest offensive play of the year, and you take it and turn it into a penalty situation. You got to maintain control down there.
5 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. So the unsportsmanlike conduct call moves it all the way back to the 49. Chardon needs to get to the 24 for a first down. And again, it's Makar, and he's got a huge hole on the far side. And he gets about 12 or 13 of those 15 yards back. Wow.
Yeah, that helps a whole bunch. Another one of those, you're knocking on a first down.
Well, they're running that student body right, huh?
Oh, yeah, you can see a nice ceiling block there right on the corner. Yeah, that was Brian McCullus. Excuse me, I butchered his name totally. Brian McCulsia. Just sealed the end on the corner there, allowed him to get to the outside there.
2nd down and 13. So Makar got a dozen of them back. This time it's Brad Crow, and he's got some blockers. Cuts back, and he will get back to about a yard inside the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 9, not terrible considering it was 1st and 25.
Oh yeah, at least you're within reach now, but you still got to have that one. Well, we're in 2-down territory. Down here, we're closing down to 4:20 left in the half. They got the ball 33-yard line. Yeah, we'll definitely go for it on 2 here. So, you know, you look at it as you want to get 4 or 5 yards. Kind of split it into 2, the 9 yards you need.
Ryan Davis split to the near side. And again, they run Makar looking like an option pass. He throws, looking for Davis across the middle, and is broken up. No flag. Broken up by Raymond McCray. And I'm not quite sure that Ryan came back to the ball quick enough, because that was kind of a floater.
Yeah, well, you got that, and Makar is having to look too long to try to find him or something. If you're going to run the option, it's the element of surprise. You can't have it, and it looked like an option right from the start there. The longer it takes Makar to release that ball, the better it is for the defense, because they get more time to go into coverage on that. So that takes away completely the element of surprise.
Speaking of the elements there, you see the Chardon faithful with all their rain gear on. At least temperature-wise, it's not terrible. It's getting a little cooler. It's probably in the low 40s by now. But the last time I was on this field was last year, and there was about 4 inches of snow when I got here 2 hours before game time, and about a foot of snow on there when I left. And this is really the first time I've seen this surface here, because you could not, they were shoveling one end of it on the lines as they were playing on the other.
You thought they had the white carpet like they do along the edge of it?
Exactly. We were talking to Bob Doyle before the game. He says he was kind of hoping for that tonight because of the speed of the Griffs. He would have taken a little snowfall tonight.
Oh, sure. That definitely, speed, weather plays into the hands of the slower team.
Scott Mackar now has 72 yards rushing, including that big one for 34 yards. And Weidig has only put it up once, and he's 0 for 1 unofficially. Got to throw that in there, Chris, because you're not an official scorekeeper. 4th down and 9 for the Toppers. Weidig to throw. Blitz is on, and he got nailed as he tried to unload that football. Willie Johnson, another 300-pounder, just whacked Weidig as he let go of the football, and the Griffs will get it back with plenty of time to move the ball. 3 minutes, 51 seconds to go, and that unsportsmanlike conduct call comes back to haunt them, John.
Oh, yeah, very much so. For one thing, it moved the ball 15 yards deeper. Then they ended up getting a 12, 13-yard gain there, so they could have been moving those chains, being inside the 20 at that point, going, it just totally changes the complexion of the plays you can call and, your morale as far as what you need to do.
1st and 10, it's Walker. Walker is stood up by Vesey, and he's stood up by Smith. Got about a yard or so.
Yeah, they grabbed him there, just held him up like you said, and then it became a whole team effort as they got in there. They attack. Vesey gets initial hit. Smith puts the shoulder in wisely and drives him back.
So they'll give him a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9. Coach Brown from Buchtel told me they got off to a little bit of a slow start. He says they're thankful they didn't panic because they go 7-3 and make it into the playoffs because of the strength of their schedule. Flags fly as Macon again slips.
Yeah, that's about the 2nd, 3rd time tonight we've saw he's had problems with his footing out there.
Holding is the call against Buchtel. I see a flag sitting at the 29-yard line, and if that's where they mark the spot of the foul, this will be about a 15-yard holding penalty.
Yeah, that's one of those spot fouls. You mark it off from where it occurs, which is about 5 yards behind the original line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what it is. That's probably, that's one of those, the clock is not in your favor when you're Chardon. You're 3 minutes, 6 seconds left. But your defense has been playing pretty well tonight. Move them deep in the hole. They've had problems. You got the wet ball and all. If you can hold them on 2 more downs, you're going to be punting. And all kinds of good things can happen in situations with all those factors coming into play.
They'll spot it all the way back at the 19. Buchtel needs to get to the 43 for a 1st down. So if you do the math, that means it's 24 yards to go. That was Hamilton in motion. They hand the ball to Ramon Walker. And Walker just does get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have leaned forward for a half a yard.
Yeah, half a yard when you're in the 2nd and long territory isn't going to help you very much. That's exactly the type of thing that Chardon needs to do. Now they need to do it on one more play, forcing the Griffs to punt where the punter is going to be not too far off his own goal line. He's going to be inside the 10.
And Chardon's going to take a timeout, and they've got 1 timeout left with 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go. And we're at Bearcat Stadium with the score. Buchtel 12, Chardon nothing. So it's a 3rd down and 23 yards to go for Buchtel. And Macon to throw. He's going to be chased, throws it, and he throws it away. Nobody near that. Who is he throwing it to is what I want to know.
Yeah, that I don't see where there wasn't a case for grounding. There was nobody, no lineman, nobody in the territory of where he threw it. That was definitely a grounding play.
You might have been the closest receiver in the area, John. I mean, there's nobody there.
Well, thank you for calling me a receiver. You've never seen my hands before, but yeah, there was nobody even close to that area.
Well, the good news for Chardon is that's an incomplete pass, and the clock is stopped with 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go, and Anthony Horn into punt. There was nobody there. That should have been a grounding call. The punt is a knuckleball taken by Crow, and Crow hops out of bounds. So what, did Crow hop out of bounds?
Oh, God, I saw that coming.
Line.
What'd you telegraph that
Sorry,
like
I had meant nothing by that.
You've been going for that for 4 or 5 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been working. That was bad. That was really bad.
Yes, the comments of my partner are no reflection of my own thoughts.
First down and 10 now for the Toppers at the 43-yard line.
We still got 2:38 left in the half. Plenty of time to get that 6, hopefully 7 points on the board for Chardon.
They split William Scott to the, or check that, they split Ryan Davis to the far side. Makar goes in motion. White going to be hit, going to be spun, going to be sacked. Ramon Walker with his 15th sack of the season sends Whiting all the way back to the 49-yard line of Chardon. Ouch.
Oh yeah, he just came in totally untouched on that. As he shot in his linebacker position, little stunts they went, just opened up that natural hole for him to shoot through and just get all over Whiting.
So again, Chardon in a heap of trouble on second down, another second down and 17.
Yeah,
this is a killer. Makar sprints up in the middle and slips and falls. And they'll blow it dead at the 48-yard line of Buchtel. Clock continues to run, 1 minute and 44 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think Makar was trying to get up again, figuring they might not see him hit, figure he just kept his balance and had his arm just down. But the referees were right on top of that, blew the whistle right away. So we got that 3rd and long, 3rd and about 15.
Gain of 2 on the last play, 3rd down and 15. Makar has a huge hole inside the 40. Trying to knock over his own blockers, has the first down. He's brought down from behind at the 25-yard line. Boy, he was just hoping his blockers could move a little quicker because he was right up. He was pushing them downfield.
Yeah, but the thing is they had that wall, and blockers were keeping that wall off of him. They did an excellent job blocking up front, downfield, keeping those Buchtel guys away from him. So finally...
and directing traffic there, huh?
The old Ramon Walker comes up from his linebacker, well, not a linebacker anymore, downfield, comes up behind Makar and makes a tackle.
And Makar didn't go anywhere there except backwards about 2 yards.
Yeah.
Spotted back at the 27-yard line. Chardon still with 1 timeout left, and I think they have, no, we've got a man down for Buchtel, but Chardon will take a timeout. Makar and James Logan got all tied up down there. While we've got an opportunity, I'd like to remind you that GTV and the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club would like to thank all the businesses we spoke of this evening and the individuals for their support. We'll give you the rundown of those supporters a little bit later on. Tonight's game is not being produced with cable subscriber franchise fees. Most other programming on GTV is funded by cable franchise fees from Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Middlefield Village. Tonight's program, however, is a special program underwritten by the local businesses that you have heard about throughout this evening in the Chardon area. We really appreciate the efforts of the Chardon Athletic Boosters for putting this project together once again. This is the 4th year running, and it's been a good time. Makar now up to 98 yards. We just got done talking about the inability of the running attack, and just like that, Makar has gotten 3 times as many yards as a whole squad did about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but the whole point is he's getting that yardage coming out of those negative situations there where even though he's getting the yardage, they're not moving the stakes very often.
Second down and 13. They hand the ball to Brad Crow on a counter, and Brad Crow just does get back to the line of scrimmage. James Logan.
They called 2 plays in the huddle as they're hustling up to the line of scrimmage, trying to get it in as the clock's running down to 40 seconds left in the half.
3rd down and 13. Whiting again to Makar. Good hole, and it closed up real quick. The hole was there, and it closed up. Dion Hayes was the man who made that tackle, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and the clock continues to run. 20 seconds to go. So I'm thinking Chardon will probably go for 1 shot at it. Well, they've actually got an opportunity if they hurry. Well, as they're down to 10, so they may only get 1 more playoff. They could have picked up the 1st down and gotten out of bounds. But this will be the last play of the quarters. We're down to 4 seconds. Whiting to throw. Looks, lets it fly. Looking for Makar, double covered. Makar can't come up with it.
Boy, that would have been an incredible catch, but that ball was put there. It was just Makar looking over his shoulder like that. That's a difficult catch, looking straight over your back.
And Scott Makar thought he should have had that. You saw Raymond McCraig over and pat him on the backside and tell him it was a good effort, but Scott unable to come up with it. You see him saying, Brad Crow, that thing went right through my arms. And we have come to halftime here at Bearcat Stadium in Bedford as the Griffs lead the Hilltoppers by a score of 12-0. And defensively, Chardon's team did what they wanted to do, except for the fact they were on the field a lot, and that's what they didn't want to do, John.
Yeah, they were on there a lot, and really they've shut them down pretty good, except for those 2 long, quick little hit passes.
All right, before we take our little break here at halftime and we get to the band, we'd like to thank the following people who helped underwrite this ball game for tonight. Clemson Excavating, Friel and Associates, Junction Auto Sales, Kinetico Quality Water Systems, Money Concepts, Chuckle Chevrolet Pontiac, and Universal Disposal. Tonight's program is also being supported by Alvord Insurance Agency. I'll get this right. Ayrshire, thank you very much, Truck. I drew a blank on that. Ayrshire Incorporated, Boswick's True Value Hardware, Hamden Building Products, Howder's Lawn and Sport, Max Dugan's, Pizza Plus, Security Federal Savings and Loans, Standard Title, Troy Innovative Instrument, and Waste Management of the Western Reserve. These are the folks that are helping to bring you the ball game here tonight on GTV, and we thank them for their support. In just a few seconds, we will have the Chardon Hilltopper Band. The score is 12-0. It's Buchtel over Chardon at the half. You're watching GTV.
now featuring the percussion section. Watch as the band performs a dance designed by our senior band members to the music of Groove Tunes.
Hope you enjoyed the Hilltopper Band. 12-0 is our score here at the half, and we're just about ready for second half action. Chardon gets the football first, John. That's the good news.
Yeah, and hopefully they made some sort of adjustment, find out what they could do to get that offense in gear. Like we said, defense, short of those two quick little hitted passes, and played extremely well tonight.
Andre Lasserres kicks it in the direction of Brad Crow. Or check that, Ryan Davis. And Davis has stood up at the 27-28 yard line. Brett Weidig will bring out Gary Renner, Brad Crow, and Scott Macar. You can hear it down below, but the fans are a little restless down below.
Oh yeah, well they're used to coasting with the Chardon football. Unfortunately, the excellence of the program has kind of spoiled people a little bit. What they need to do, somehow they got to get the fullback Renner into the game.
Buchtel has beaten Chardon 3 times in the last 10 years. The last loss was a heartbreaking 22-21 loss back in the 1995 semifinals, the year that Buchtel went on to finish runner-up in the state.
Yeah, they also beat them a couple times in the playoffs. When they didn't finish runner-up, they took the whole title.
Yep.
That time, that's exactly what they had to do. They got Renner running on that right side again. Get a good hole in front of him, good up front block, and as you can see him leading the way in there, got a good 4-yard gain. That's exactly what Chardon has to do. Establish that ground game, keep control of that ball, and just move it on down the field.
2nd down and 6. They give the ball to Crow, and Crow's got the 1st down and more as he is up to the 45-yard line. Some unofficial numbers, and the reason they're unofficial is because our good friend Chris Reckner provides them, so we apologize if we're off by a couple of 100 yards here. Renner had 4 carries for 10 yards in the 1st half. Makar 10 carries for 85 yards. Crow had 3 carries for 10 yards. That gives Chardon unofficially 17 carries for 110 yards.
110 yards. They past Chardon teams have almost got that one drive.
1st down and 10. It's Makar on a counter. Makar keeps his balance and falls forward into Buchtel territory at the 49-yard line. Excellent run, and he will pick up near 5 yards. Brett Whiting in the 1st half unofficially is 0 for 2.
Boy, they're mixing in plays. Like I said, they got Renner worked into it now. They've gone left, gone right, right again. They keep just blending it around, keeping Buchtel just enough off balance that they're putting together a nice little drive right here. Getting good blocking up front, too, by that crew as they're firing off the ball better. I think there was a good little pep talk went on in that locker room at halftime.
2nd down and 4. It's Renner, and Renner's got the 1st down and more, and Renner rambles to the 35-yard line. He just put his head down and started running people over, and Reggie Cook's looking up from the bottom of the pile saying, what was that came running over me?
Well, I guess it looks like they found a way to get Renner in that offense, because that's 2 carries now. He's probably got a good 20 yards out of those 2 carries. Boy, I'll tell you, they're opening up lanes in front, too. I think most of their adjustment is done, 1, getting Renner into the offense, 2, blocking schemes up front, because whatever they're doing is working extremely well.
Whiting looks like he might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage on the 1st down and 10. Makar goes in motion, and again it's Renner, and Renner gets about a yard. Hit at the bottom of the pile. Coming up to make the play, Raymond McCray was there, and also off the pile was big old Willie Johnson.
That's a little better.
You got 2 defensive tackles. I mean, you talk about bookends, 6'3", 300. That's as big as we've seen.
I think they clone them down there in Akron. Yeah, those are big guys, and like I said earlier, both of those are 2-way starters. They're starting at, believe it or not, guard positions, and then they phase over to defensive tackles.
It's Makar, tries to turn the corner and does. Now he pops back up the middle, and wham, he goes down at the 26-yard line. Man, he took a shot.
That's that same play. Brian McCulslow led it there, sealed the guy in the corner, and allowed Makar to flip around. Makar looks like he's lipping a little bit going back to that huddle.
He got waxed. That'll be short of a 1st down by about a yard. 3rd down and a yard to go. Makar does come, no, he stays into the ballgame. There you see him there, 31. Whiting's handoff to Renner, and Gary's going to lose a yard. Boy, they got no surge from the offensive line that time, John. Renner had nowhere to go, and that'll bring up a 4th down at about 2.
And that play seemed to be, I don't know exactly what happened. It was out of sync, I hear. It looked like it was slow developing, because it looked like Renner was very slow getting up there. It was like a hesitation where he's trying to pick out a hole. Nothing was there. Like you said, there was nothing open up. You got to search for the Buchtel group as we got a very important 4th down play coming up here for Chardon. 4th down and 2. They give it to Brad Crow, and Brad Crow does not get the 1st down. As a matter of fact, he might have lost another yard, and that'll be a turnover back to the Griffs. Keep in mind, Chardon on the season scored 225 points as you see Crow just get hit behind the line of scrimmage. So about 22.5 points a ball game, so that makes this defense a little even more impressive for the Griffs. Yeah, try to spot out there who's starting at the outside linebacker. If Hewitt's back out there, or if we're going with Marty Miller again. First down and 10. Can't pick out. I think it went to double. They put another wide out. Well, not a wide out,
Yeah, Keith McLeod is in there. Looks like
there's a way outside linebacker.
Harvey on the carry.
Yeah, because it looks like Smith is splitting a little more to the outside. VC's cheating in a little bit from his outside position. They're playing the double insides.
See Kevin Harvey with a nice run there into Platts. Give him a gain of, well, we'll call it 6, second down and 4. 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Craig Dees along with John Walsh. We're at Bedford Bearcat Stadium. Thanks for joining us on GTV Channel 24 for Chardon Hilltopper football.
Boy, you got
Nice
big
strong
yardage
run by
on that.
Ramon Walker.
It's just quick before you even realize that he's by you. It's just pure quickness out of the blocks. Makes him a very effective, because you look and it's not really his power or nothing. He's just kind of past you before you realize it. You know, you just don't expect the ball carrier to be in that position at that point.
Tim Smith had him around the ankles, will be credited with the tackle. 6 minutes, 42 seconds to go. So first down and 10 now. The ball is on the 42-yard line.
The defense has got to stiffen up now so they can keep the field position going their way.
Lincoln going to run the option, pitches it out, and down goes Walker for a loss. Brad Crow was there, and polishing him off was Ken Fester.
Yeah,
that'll be a loss of about 4.
Yeah, they play that well. You see Fester kind of hangs back, takes the quarterback, doesn't allow him to cut back there, forces the pitch out to the outside. Crow has the outside containment on that guy, comes, makes an initial hit. Fester comes off of the quarterback and finishes him off. Good teamwork defense by that Chardon group.
Loss of 4. Second down and 14. McRae is the up back. Walker is the deep back. Cortez making the throw. Ball is intercepted. Keith McLeod. McLeod down the sideline. He could go all the way, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Keith McLeod's 8th interception of the season. That led the Northeast Ohio area, at least up in Lake and Geauga County. So his 8th interception is a big one.
I'll tell you, this one was bigger than any of his other 7-1. This was a super one. This is exactly the short in the arm that Chardon needed. Offense starting to move the ball, showing a little bit of life. Defense has been playing well. When the defense can put the points on the board for you like that, that's like a huge shot of adrenaline coming for the offense.
45-yard interception return for a touchdown by Keith McLeod. Scott Mackar in to attempt the point after, and Scott drills it through. So at the 5:36 mark here in the third quarter, Chardon has cut into the lead, and more importantly, got the momentum back, got the crowd back into it. They trail Akron Buchtel by a score of 12-7. Wow.
Again, the importance of that extra point is a touchdown now puts you in the leadership role rather than just a tie position. Boy, again, that pass, I'm not sure exactly where he was throwing that to.
Yeah.
McLeod was kind of standing back, playing center field there, waiting for a receiver to come. All of a sudden, it's the ball coming directly to him.
If you're watching this game on Sunday at 7 o'clock, we'll be back on again at 9:30. The other air times Monday at 7 and 9:30 as well. So depending on when you're watching this, you might get an opportunity to see it again. The air times Sunday and Monday, 7 to 9:30, right here on GTV, Channel 24. Wow, that brought a little excitement back to things. That's the downside is the defense is back on the field again. Well, they were out for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got a defense that just put some points on the board for your team. They're pumped up. They're ready to play. I expect to see 3 downs and a punt from Buchtel, because that defense has now got that super rush, and then hopefully it's contagious on the offensive side of the ball. They can make it happen again. As you can see, that looks like a more lively sideline among that Chardon group.
So Kreskin has predicted a 3 and out for Buchtel. So stand by, gang, and see if.
Oh, geez.
Mackar,
yes, and I stand by it too.
drills it over to Kevin Harvey, who takes it at the 22 in full stride, comes the near side. Harvey up the sidelines and will finally be shoved out of bounds at the 46 or 47 yard line. Boy, some good blocking on the return team.
Oh, I'll tell you,
all night long, you know.
Their special teams blocking has been exceptional, and they haven't been just get your position in there. It's been knocking people from their feet. Ooh, close to clip there in McLeod.
That was a good no call there.
Yeah, because he kind of backed off. He didn't really give the shot he was positioned to, but he backed off from it.
The ball will be spotted just shy of the 48 yard line. So that's a first down and 10 for the Griffs. Cortez Macon hands it to Walker. And Walker stumbles to midfield. Got tripped up, fell forward. I think Chris Dakowitz got a hand on him, and that caused him to go down just inside midfield.
Dakowitz knifes in there and just grabs hold of swipes at the thighs there, knocks him off his feet, gets some help from his teammates on applying the blow.
So a gain of 2, second down and 8. 5 minutes, 3 seconds to go, third quarter. Clock continues to run.
I see they're still playing without Hewitt out there, so I'm assuming he's probably going to be gone for the rest of the evening.
That looked like some sort of a big ice pack or something. Harvey got across the 45, and that was Tim Smith who grabbed him around the ankles that time, but Harvey was still able to get a couple more yards. Ken Fester down for Chardon. Watch it again.
As you can see, as they open up, give that nice big hole there. He's tripped up, like you said, just enough to knock him from his feet. So we got a third long yard for the Griffs. Big play for Chardon to hold him here.
Kevin Harvey at the near side. Third down and a yard. Walker got the first down as he barrels his way to the 40-yard line.
Boy, it's hard to pick him out the way he does shoot through that line there. See, he gets just enough of a lane, hits it quick, lowers the head, and gets that first down chains moved.
Clock continues to run. We're under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Doesn't look like it's raining too hard right now, just enough to aggravate you. First down and 10. It's Walker. They could have had Walker behind the line of scrimmage, but he somehow fights forward and at least gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's just got quick feet that just keep moving. He dances his way where you really can't set and apply the blow, because you see how those feet, he's just juking back and forth. That's a tough runner to play against, because they can end up making you look real bad there.
Ramon Walker unofficially in the first half had 7 carries for 14 yards. Raymond McCray 6 carries, 23 yards. It was the big 77-yard catch and run from Macon to Walker that gave Buchtel the early lead. Walker again. And he moves to near the 32-yard line. See where they give him the official spot.
It's closer to 31.
Closer to 30, wow. That's going to be shy of a first down by about a foot or so. So third down and short, and that's...
I guess on the replay you can see that's about the correct spot, though. That's about the spot where he did progress the ball.
Walker, who we said had 14 yards rushing in the first half, has already 26 yards here in the third quarter. Third down and about a foot.
Boy, this is a big play.
They give it to McCray. He's got the first down and then some as he gets shoved out of bounds near the 20.
Yeah, I saw Keith Jenkins shooting in the backfield there. Just a hair late to grab the backfield for a loss. You can see he knifes across, but it's just not in time to get enough of him to hold him up as he just keeps moving his way, driving.
Rob Krebs comes out of the game for Chardon. Chris Dakowitz goes back in. They'll spot it at the 21-yard line. First down and 10. Clock is stopped due to the running of McCray out of bounds. Walker Tried to bounce off a tackle and can't get away from J.R. Vesey. Vesey grabbed him, looked like he lost him for a little bit, but re-grabbed him and slammed him down to the turf.
Yeah, he kept him held up just enough so his teammates could come up and help him out on that one. Like you said, he's elusive there. He's got the first initial hit, but he's not letting go. He just keeps hold, twisting around that ankle and helping bringing him down.
Scott Mackar came in to finish him off. 2nd down and 10.
That's what you got to do. You got to shut him down now. I tell you, we're down to minute 40 here in this 3rd quarter. Offense hasn't really been on the field very much except for that opening long drive.
So 2nd down and 10. It's McCray. Squirts up the middle inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. 21-yard run by Raymond McCray. Wow. Burst of speed up the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. As you can see the blocking up front here. He just gave him that lane. Shoots, and he's just off to the races there. Boy, that one hurts. That one hurts a lot. The offense has got to get in gear, and they got to start moving that ball. Because I tell you, that's like you said, it's a good thing that the defense got that touchdown, but I guess it did tire them out a little bit. They've been on this field a long time, and you got a lot of guns coming at you. It's really a difficult, when you got super speed coming from all positions, wideouts, backs, it's tough to defend because that just drains you.
Buchtel goes for 2. Macon being hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for William Scott, so the 2-point conversion is no good. So at the 1:27 mark here in the 3rd quarter, Buchtel has answered Chardon's score with one of their own to make it an 18-7 ball game. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors while we have an opportunity. This game is being underwritten by the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club and the following major underwriters: Clemson Excavating, Friel and Associates, Junction Auto Sales, Connecticut Quality Water Systems, Money Concepts, Chuck Old Chevrolet Pontiac, and by Universal Disposal. Please stop by, write them a letter, give them a phone call. Thank them for bringing you this action this week on GTV. Tonight's program is also being supported by Alvord Insurance Agency, Ayrshire Incorporated, Boswick's True Value Hardware, Hamden Building Products, Howder's Lawn and Sport, Max Dugan's Pizza Plus, Security Federal Savings and Loan, Standard Title, Troy Innovative Instrument, and by Waste Management. GTV and the Chardon Athletic Boosters would like to thank these businesses and individuals for their support. Tonight's game is not being produced with cable subscriber franchise fees. Most other programming is funded by the fees from Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Middlefield Village. Tonight's program, however, is a special program underwritten by the local businesses in the Chardon area. We'd really like to thank them for their support, and the Chardon Booster Club would also like to thank them for helping to put on this project. So drop those people a note, give them a call, and thank them for another successful year of Hilltopper football. The kickoff is to Mackar, and Mackar busts out of bounds at the 26-yard line. On that last drive for Buchtel, McCray had 32 yards on the ground, and Walker had 26. Doing what they do best.
Yeah, putting yardage and points on the board. Well, it's up to the offense now. They got to start kicking it in. This is the only 2nd time they've been on the field this half, isn't it, Craig?
Yep.
Yeah, so
they had it till about 7.5-minute marks. They had a 4.5-minute drive, and then Buchtel's been on the field the rest of the way, courtesy of the interception, of course. Minute 22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brett Weidig changing the play at the line of scrimmage again. And he hands it to Mackar, who breaks a tackle, but he's still only able to get a yard or so before he's knocked backwards.
Yeah, that was about it. They had that open up. They spread them out a little bit. They had 2 wideouts going to the right side. We got one of the Buchtel players down on the field.
I think that's Brandon Hayes, number 98, who's down. I tell you what, this Ramon Walker's been on a ton of tackles. And if you missed it in the first half, listen to these numbers. This is why he'll be nominated for one of the Mr. Football, or the Mr. Football award in the state of Ohio. He rushed in the regular season, as we said, for 1,020 yards. He had 61 first hits on the season, 25 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. In addition to that, sacked the quarterback 14 times, blocked 3 punts. not a bad season for 10 games.
No, not at all.
Dynamite linebacker, showing a lot of speed, and will hit you.
Sounds like he's made the acquaintanceship of a lot of the Akron backfield people. But not a pleasant relationship from their vantage point. Nice to see he's up on his feet there. He's trotting off the field.
So Brandon Hayes will go off under his own power. And coming into the ball game for Buchtel will be Willie Barnett. Number 54 checks in. Minute 9 to go, third quarter. And it will be a 2nd down and 8 awaiting the Hilltoppers.
As the referee signals we're ready for play again. They're breaking huddle now.
They split twin receivers, Davis and Adams, to the far side. And the tight end Platts will come tight at the near side. The blitz is on, and they hand the ball to Makar. And Makar's got some room as he comes across the 35 to near the 36-yard line. He will be shy of the first down, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's short. No, it's actually less than that from where the referee's spotting it now. It looks like a yard and a half maybe.
And Scott Makar is down on the far side. I don't know, grabbing his stomach in an area where you might think he might have fallen on the football and knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, it's either that or took a helmet into the stomach. Either one, but the end result's the same. It hurts. Yeah, they have to get another back onto the field here to replace Makar, because being down like that, you got to come out for the one play.
Chardon coming off of 2 impressive weeks of football, though, John. After that loss to Shaker Heights, the game that we saw, when Shaker Heights is no slouch. They're in the playoffs. They've got a big game this weekend against the Euclid Panthers. They lose to Shaker 16-7, and then a tough Steubenville team comes in, a game that you and Chris saw. It was 38-0, and I don't think anybody expected that.
Oh, I don't believe so at all. I'll tell you that offense is running super smooth, and the defense was just playing probably on both sides of the ball. It was their best play game of the season.
And then they come back last week and take on a tough Mayfield team that has had some pretty good victories over the season and have been competitive all year, and knocked them around 24-6.
Yeah, you look at it, and Mayfield on record was like 5-4, but they started out the season horribly with 3 losses in their first 4 games. Then they started coming on and played some of the tougher teams in the GCC evenly.
Scott Makar is up on his feet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is he holding his hand?
Yeah, he might be. Maybe. There you go. There you see. Geauga Local Access Cable Corporation and all the great shows we bring you. We've had some volleyball, some football, and the big political night the other night.
School functions, all sorts of great events. Yeah, he's holding on to his arm. Well, he doesn't have any pads on. It's possible. It might just be one nasty. No, he's holding his rib.
Yeah, he might have taken a helmet to the. Well, we're not going to speculate. Maybe we'll see what they do down here. But yeah, he's got his arm like almost underneath his right armpit.
Right. This is a big 3rd down play, regardless.
3rd down and a yard for the Toppers. Crow goes in motion. They give it to Renner. And Renner's got the first down. He gets away to the 39-yard line.
Saw Matt Zorich lead blocking on that, as he's the runner that came in, replaced Makar at his running back position. So Renner runs it, just keeps those legs driving. That's exactly what you need to do. You got to have that fight in you to get what you need, because I'll tell you, it's getting down. We're running. This will be the last play of this 3rd quarter.
If they get it off, they're down to 5 seconds to go. 1st and 10, Weidig will get the play off and hands it to Zorich. Zorich got just picked up and thrown down by Charles Beckett. Oh.
Yeah, that was the classic. Put your helmet in front, lay the shoulder pads right into the hips there, and drive him backwards. That was classic tackle position.
His head just snapped back there. All right, that will do it. We have played 3 quarters of football here at Bearcat Stadium as the Akron Buchtel Griffins lead the Chardon Hilltoppers by a score of 18-7. quarter number 4. Zorich goes in motion. And they give it to Renner.
Close to the original line of
Yeah,
scrimmage.
he might have got that yard back. That'll bring him 3rd down and long, looking down on the sideline. Scott Mackar there. Looks like they're cutting the jersey off of him, maybe, huh? Something going around his head or his neck.
Yeah, could be. I see they brought in double wideouts as Jason Adams, Ryan Davis check into the game, both splitting out to the right.
So 3rd down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. Still a whole quarter of football left, but the clock is definitely their enemy right now. Weidig, little pass underneath to Renner, and that is incomplete. On the coverage was Charles Beckett.
Well, unfortunately, that was a well-designed play. You can see Renner coming out of the backfield, dropping underneath. But I'll tell you, Buchtel read it well, went with it, because you took the 2 wideouts on that side, drew everybody deep with them, hoping you could have Renner be open in the underneath, but they did an excellent job. As you see there, yeah, they got the bag there, they're wrapping.
Looks like they got the sling around his neck already. That's what they were working on. They were not cutting the jersey off him. 4th down and 10. And in the punt now, since Mackar was out of the game. I think that was Gary. Yeah, Gary Renner punted it into the hands of McCray, who gets knocked out of bounds by McLeod at the 36-yard line. So Buchtel has the football. It's a 1st down and 10 now. They lead it 18-7. So Buchtel has been the nemesis of Chardon for a long time in the playoffs, John. And tonight it doesn't look like it's going to be any different.
No, unless they can just rapidly turn it around here. So far they've been outplayed. The offense just hasn't got the points into the end zone, which they have to. Buchtel hasn't been overly impressive, but they've done the job when they had to.
1st down and 10. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Walker hit from behind the line of scrimmage and goes down for a loss. Making the play for Chardon. All right, help me here. Dysekowitz? I think I got it.
Yeah, that's bad.
I nailed that
Came
one,
up
John.
from
Did
his
you hear that?
linebacker position.
Nailed that. Dysekowitz. That's the first time I've ever seen this. There you have it.
He came in, made a nice, throwing him for about a 2-yard loss on that. Made his impact. That was his first play in there at that linebacker position as they go back to the 3 linebacker set. And he made his impact, felt right away. I doubt if we're going to see Hewitt. Him and I'm assuming Mackar are gone for the rest of the game.
On a 2nd and 12, Macon keeps it and picks up about 3. Yeah, looking down at the sideline, Scott's got the ice pack on his forearm or something down there, and unfortunately his excellent season may be coming to an end here as the clock continues to run and Chardon remains 2 scores down. And with the way this Buchtel defense has played, which has just been outstanding this evening, unless the defense comes up with another turnover, it's going to be a tough row to hoe here to finish out this 4th quarter. Clock continues to run. 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go. They hand it to McCray, and McCray falls across the 40 to about the 41-yard line, so he picks up another 2 or 3.
That's a punt situation, and these are the type of things where those big turnover errors can occur. And for Chardon's vantage point, we hope it does.
Kenny Fester, Chris Dakowitz on the tackle, so it brings up a 4th down and about 5.
Got Hilkirk.
Now you also don't have Mackar back deep. You've got
Jason Hilkirk
and Ryan Davis, and they're going to send a 3rd back. Brad Crow will stand back at the 30. So setting up the return. They angle it toward the sideline, and it takes a nice bounce and will be surrounded at the 33-yard line. And that is where Chardon will get another opportunity offensively.
Yeah, they got to get that ball twice in the end zone here. They got 1 second under 9 minutes left in this game. It's not panic time, but it's also not you can take your dear old time and get a 7-minute drive either. You got to push the ball in and push it up the field.
Chardon had 53 yards rushing in the 3rd quarter, so right about the average they had in the first half of a little over 50 a quarter. First down and 10. The ball is at the 33-yard line. 8 minutes, 59 seconds left in the ball game. And we've got some movement. I think Brandon Hayes lurched forward a little bit and just did get his helmet in the neutral zone, and that'll be a offsides call against Buchtel.
I'm assuming that's what they call it, but that was kind of a late whistle. They let the snap take place, and then they blew the whistle. I don't know, unless the lips froze a little bit on the referee.
First down and 5. Ryan Davis is split wide to the far side. Crow is a slot now. They fire underneath, and that is Ryan Davis, and Ryan Davis has a first down as he's across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Now that's the type of quick little hitting pass that, you know, just one step drop, fire it, you know, to an open Davis. That's just as good as a handoff to the fullback for 4 or 5 yards. And good thing about that sort of stuff, it forces them to the outside to split a little bit, opening up the runs by the fullback and people on the inside.
First down and 10. The ball's at the 45-yard line. Whiting to throw again. Completes it to Jason Adams. Adams with a good move, and he's inside the 40 to near the 37-yard line. That's another first down. On the tackle was Ramon Walker and also Reggie Cook. So Chardon starting to go through the air a little bit here.
Yeah, they're going those short ones because again they're packing in there, getting the 8-9 guys in the box there. That's the type of thing that offsets that. Now that's going to force them to spread it out a little bit, start thinking about helping out to the outside with the passing attack.
They go deep looking for Ryan Davis.
Ryan's kind of pointing, thinking he should have a flag call, but I didn't really see the contact. Again, I think that was a case of he just got his body in front of him, and even though he didn't look back, he didn't really touch the receiver. He let the receiver run into him a little bit. Just kind of blocked him from going through him.
So second down and 10. 8 minutes and 12 seconds. The clock has stopped with the incompletion. They'll send Davis and Crow out wide. There you see the two wide outs. Whiting again to throw. Looks across the middle. Ball popped up in the air and is picked off. Sure, that was Ramon Walker who popped the ball up in the air, found it, and went and got it. Watch this great athletic play.
Was it Walker that tipped
Yep.
it? Yes, it was. He did both ends of it.
That's fabulous. So they'll spot it at the 28-yard line. And Buchtel in the driver's seat now.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got to be starting to think about the stripping and that sort of stuff because they're going to need the ball back like right away. You can't allow them to be moving those chains at all because that eats up clock.
So the handoff is to Kevin Harvey, and Harvey gets about 8 as he's up to near the 36-yard line.
That's the type of thing, a quick little counter back, a Chardon type play, if you will. And it's sealed off as Ryan Davis, or I'm sorry, JRVC, kind of seals him and gets enough of the legs to draw him down.
William Scott is split to the far side. Just see his feet at the top of your screen. Second down and a short 2. And it's Walker, and he's got the first down. He's across the 40-yard line. Both teams still have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, that's one of those things that Chardon's just got to shut him down, and they got to shut him down right now. Because they need 2 scores. 1 score, you're not in a panic situation. 2, it's starting to get pretty darn tight on the clock. It's a little too early to think about burning those timeouts, though. You kind of want to save those for your offense, if at all possible.
So the ball's at the 41. It's a first down and 10. Dakowitz grabs McCray from behind.
I think that was Jenkins. Yeah, that was Keith Jenkins,
Yes, it
number
was.
77 coming up there. looked about 6 inches taller, so I assumed it was him over Dankowitz.
So no gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to run. We're down to 6 minutes, 34 seconds to go.
That's the type of plays you need to shut them down right now. As you can see, Buchtel just slowly walking the line. They're very content to let that play clock run down to 1 or 2 seconds before they make the snap.
Make him to throw. Now he's going to keep it.
Room.
He's going to run it, and for whatever reason, he jumps out of bounds to stop the clock. And he will do that at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those you might be better advised to at least slide into the field or something. Just keep that clock moving, because that little ditch to the outside actually helps Chardon. He's not too far. What, about a yard shy?
Yep,
that's
a little over a yard, about a yard, yard and a half. 3rd down and short.
Boy, this is the play for the defense. Now's the time they're going to dig it in and just plug all holes to the inside and stop whatever else they're going to be doing.
It's Walker, and Walker's got the 1st down as the pile moves forward into Chardon territory to the 46-yard line. So 6 minutes and 1 second remain here in the ball game. Chardon trails Buchtel by a score of 18-7. I'm Craig Dees, joined by John Walsh. Glad you could join us on GTV, channel 24 for Hilltopper football. And unfortunately, the way things are headed right now, this will be it. Unless something miraculous happens. But this Buchtel defense, you have to give them a lot of credit here tonight, John. The only score for Chardon was on the interception return, and other than that, Buchtel's given up some yards, not a lot of yards.
No, but
and been outstanding on defense.
Yeah, that touchdown of Chardon's was not charged against the Buchtel defense. Like you said, they just flat out shut him down. They let him move it, but never move it enough to really cause him any trouble.
They pitch it back to Walker, and Walker spins his way up. They keep the clock running. I don't think he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Now, at this point, I don't think they really care about that. The important consideration is staying in bounds. They've eaten up quite a bit of the clock right here. I think they'd be content with 3 plays that eat up close to 1:30 each. Or not each, but total.
Fester and Chuha on the tackle, down to 5 minutes to go. Buchtel is doing a great job of clock management here in the 4th quarter. Taking their time, getting to the field, knocking off as many seconds as they can, a couple extra seconds here and there. Gets them closer to the next round of the playoffs. They pitch it, and it is an option pass, and the Reggie Crook is hit as he throws, and it's caught. Down at the 14-yard line, William Scott went high in the air to bring that Reggie Crook pass down.
God, I'm surprised they try something like that, to be quite honest with you. Well, I'll tell you, for a non-quarterback, he threw that ball extremely well.
So the ball will be spotted at the 14-yard line.
What is Crook listed as? Is he listed as a backup?
Yep, quarterback.
Backup quarterback. Okay, so they brought in another quarter. That explains why he threw the ball so well. I'll tell you, he paid for that too, as he took a hit. I think that was Tim Smith on him, and just as he released it, he leveled him.
They list him in the program as 6'8". Does he look 6'8"? Doesn't look 6'8" to me.
If he is, they got a couple of the tallest assistant coaches I ever saw that helped him off the field.
Might have been a typo. 4.5 minutes to go. The ball is spotted at the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Griffs. Ready to put the final nail in the coffin here. They give it to McCray, and McCray barrels his way across the left side, and he's down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, we've reached that point in the game where Chardon doesn't really have much of a choice. They got to go for strips and all, and when you start doing that, you're not as concerned with the tackling end of the game. You could just almost give them the touchdown by doing it, but they're forced into that situation. Got to make something happen, and it's got to be a turnover, and it's got to be now.
Brian McCulcia comes into the game. They've got him in the program as Medusa. Medusa. And Chardon's going to take their first time out here in the half with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Appreciate you joining us on GTV, and there you have it, 18-7. Chardon's season narrowing to an end here, and if you're watching this game on Sunday at any point, we will be back again on Sunday night at 9:30, and then 2 showings on Monday at 7 and at 9:30. So the times are 7 and 9:30, both on Sunday and Monday night. It's the Hilltopper replay on GTV Channel 24, and we appreciate you joining us this evening. And it's gotten shorter every year, John. I'm not liking this. The first season we did 4 games. Remember back in '94 when the state championship, Chardon wins it. 95, we make it to the semifinals against Buchtel. We lose 22-21. We got 3 games under our belt that year. Last year we lose to Solon out at BW.
The regional finals.
The regional finals, 2 games under our belt that year. This year we're down to 1. Not liking the trend here. Got to put an end to that trend next year, because if it goes the way that the little formulas go, we ain't going to be here next year.
Well, we could be just starting the loop from the top again. Except it would be 5 games next year. I think they got that extra round of playoffs.
2nd down and 5. That's McCray once again, and McCray will move his way down inside the 5 to about the 4.
See, is Chardon taking another timeout? No, they got a player down on the field. So, no,
they're going to measure to see if the Griffs have picked it up. Walker in the second half, as it looks as though they've got the first down. 32 yards rushing in the second half, only 46 yards overall, but that spectacular interception that he came up with, and he's probably been in on more tackles than we've given him credit for. He's been all over the place. 1st down and goal.
Yeah, that's an incredible football player out there, I tell you.
Ball is spotted at the 3.
Clock running down to 3:19 now.
Making under
Taking
center.
a sweet time, too.
Oh, yeah. McCray again, and McCray gets squashed. That time it was Dakowitz hitting him there first.
And our buddy Ben in on the tackle as well. We have to study that name for next season, because D-E-S...
Deskowitz is what we're calling him. Just spell it out, though. There's
D-E-S-Z-C-Y-K-I-E-W-I-C-Z. Ben, we apologize, but I don't even want to try your last name because I butchered something royally.
2nd down and goal from the 4. 2 minutes, 22 and counting. They run the option. They flip it to Walker. Walker turns the corner and is into the end zone for a touchdown. So Ramon Walker goes in from 4 yards out. We're going to give him 3. 3-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that seals it, as you see the Chardon people finally packing it in.
A long ride home down 271 tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing. In the history, this is, I believe, Chardon's 7th playoff experience. 7th time they made the playoffs. This is their first time they've been out in the first round. So, you know, this is something that is not expected from this school. But quite honestly, this team is fairly young. There's a lot of starting juniors out there, a couple of sophomores and all. They're going to be right back in the thick of things next year. They've had an outstanding season with playing one heck of a schedule.
Flags fly on the 2-point conversion.
Including this Buchtel team. You got to give them full credit too, because they played exceptional football today.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's sometimes the 2 best teams in the area or in your division end up hooking up early.
Oh yeah, that could happen. It could really,
if
really
one of those
happen.
teams get bounced out, because that's just the way things go. But again, the defense was on the field a lot. The defense played good enough to win the ball game, I think. But I just think they were worn down by this big offensive unit of Buchtel. And offensively, even though the last couple weeks have been fruitful for Chardon, it's the defense that everybody's been talking about. Walker is going to be drilled back at the 22-yard line. So the two-point conversion fails, and at the 2-minute and 14-second mark here in the ball game, it is Buchtel on top by a score of 24-7. So they score 4 touchdowns. 1,934 people here tonight at Bedford Bearcat Stadium. So Buchtel scores 4 touchdowns, John. Can't get in on any of the extra points. Tried the two-point conversion the last 3 times and failed.
Well, I'll tell you, when you can score 4 touchdowns, have a super defense, it doesn't matter if you can score extra points or not. Yeah, this team is going to do well in the playoffs. This is a good, solid team. Play extremely good defense, and they have enough of an explosive offense that they can put some points out on the board.
Crow and McLeod. Check that Davis and McLeod go back deep to receive the kickoff of Andre Losers.
This is unfortunate, but like I said, this team has nothing to be ashamed of. They've played a heck of a season. They've given some outstanding thrills to the community of Chardon. They should be proud of their accomplishments and being here in this playoff, and they never backed down at all. They played hard from the opening whistle, and I'm sure they're going to continue for the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds as well.
Jason Hillkirk on the return for the Hilltoppers.
He's smothered there, not really much of a chance to go anything. Yeah, it's kind of one of those cases of being the unfortunate one to be left holding the ball.
So the ball's at the 39-yard line, first down and 10. Kevin Platts checks back into the game for Chardon, and Weidig's going to have to take a timeout in order to get everything squared away here.
Yeah, it's still, you want to play hard the last couple minutes, even though, you know, the game's well in the bag and going Buchtel's way or something, but you just don't quit, because it's one of those things that when you're a good team, you play good, irregardless of what the situation is.
Scanning the sideline, I still see Scott Mackar bandaged up down below. Ken Fester's going to come in as Kevin Platts comes off the field. Kevin is walking very slowly. I don't know if it's exhaustion or pain or both.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I haven't seen Mitch Hewitt on the sidelines. I don't know if he's went in the locker room, went out for x-rays on...
Yeah, he came out for the coin toss, right? We saw him
did. He had
limp out there with some sort of little gizmo on his
brace
leg.
on his left calf. So I don't know exactly what it was that he heard or something, but obviously it was something that hurt him enough that he couldn't play in the second half. Yeah, a lot of these guys will be back next year. Even though there's a good amount of seniors who are going to be lost, it's still a good, solid, competitive team coming back.
Weidig's pass intended for Ryan Davis, Reggie Crook on the coverage.
Yeah, Ryan almost had his head taken off on that one. As you can see, the ball's delivered, the defender just goes through him. Immediately as he touches it, just goes head hunting.
Chardon's defense did a super job against a team that rushes the football very well, John. Macomb had 25 yards rushing. Harvey had 14. Walker only 47. McCray was the big runner tonight. He had 75 yards. If you'd have told us before going into the game that that's what the numbers would be, I think Chardon would have taken it.
Yeah, that sounds like the totals that aren't going to get you 4 touchdowns,
right.
But it did get you 4 touchdowns.
Zorich, the ball carrier. Clock continues to run, 1:50 to go. Chardon can only stop it one more time, and I'm not so sure they'll even do that.
No, I really don't
Good
think
block
they'll
there by
try to.
Renner.
see he's grabbed from behind and kind of dragged down there. Like you said, one of the areas that kind of makes those low yardage totals misleading is their special team play. They were getting the ball with excellent field position quite often.
So 3rd down and 5. Crow gets the first down as he's upended down at the 47.5-yard line. So Brett Weidig, Gary Renner, Matt Zorich, who you see out on the field right now, Larry McGurr, Jeff Neal, Brian McCulcia, Keith Jenkins, Jason Adams, all a bunch of guys that'll be departing their final game here. But I tell you what a run. When you're a senior and your team has been in the playoffs all 4 years, you can't really complain too much about that.
When you're a senior and make the playoffs once, there's not many players out there that can say that.
Excellent point.
Be in it 3 times is just incredible.
They hand the ball to Renner, and Renner moves his way down to the 35. Want to make sure if there's Ken Fester's also a senior that's been seen a lot of time. J.R. Vesey, Keith McLeod, who had a super senior season with 8 interceptions.
Excellent.
Brad Crow, all guys that have given us thrills over the last 4 years, and our hats are off to them because it's quite an accomplishment. You're exactly right to do what they did. Getting in once is tough.
You got Gary Renner there, who is one of the few players that's been in the playoffs 4 times, because he was dressing as a freshman on the varsity. Closing off a brilliant career at Chardon.
The pass is intended for Jason Adams, and it is incomplete with 22 seconds to go. And Gary Renner, one of those guys that, at least for now, when you mention his name, you're allowed to put all-time in front of it, as he is the all-time rushing leader at Chardon High School.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Well,
because Gary had 4 years of doing it. He had a couple years there where he was well over 1,000 yards, so 2 big seasons. This season he had his injuries, still finished up with roughly 800 yards or so, and then whatever he tacked on as a freshman. That's going to be real hard numbers to knock off.
And they give it to Renner, and Renner puts his head down and gets to the 30.
Probably his last career carry for Chardon.
Gets himself up off the deck. Under 10 seconds to go. And that will do it. We have come to the end of the playoff game here at Bedford High School. The Chardon Hilltoppers on the losing end of a 24-7 score. Recapping the scoring, we'll go back to the first quarter. 77-yard pass from Cortez Macomb to Ramon Walker made it 6-0 after the first quarter. At the 5:52 mark of the second quarter, it was Macomb with a 11-yard run. PAT was no good. 12 zip at the half. In the third quarter, at the 5:36 mark, it was a 45-yard interception return by Keith McLeod to cut the lead to 12-7. Then at the 1:27 mark, the killer score was Raymond McCray going in from 21 yards out to extend the lead to 18-7. And then the final icing on the cake for Buchtel at the 2:14 mark of the fourth quarter, a 3-yard run by Ramon Walker makes it 24-7. Well, tonight's production is being underwritten by the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club and the following underwriters: Clemson Excavating, Friel and Associates, Junction Auto Sales, Connecticut Quality Water Systems, Money Concepts, Chuckle Chevrolet Pontiac, and by Universal Disposal. Tonight's program is also being supported by Alvord Insurance Agency, Ayrshire Incorporated, Boswick's True Value Hardware, Hamden Building Products, Howder's Lawn and Sport, Max Dugan's, Pizza Plus, Security Federal Savings and Loan, Standard Title, by Troy Innovative Instrument, and Waste Management of the Western Reserve. GTV and the Chardon Athletic Boosters Club would like to thank these businesses and individuals for their support. Tonight's game is not being produced with cable subscriber fees. It was through those people pitching in and digging down in their pockets that allowed us to bring you this broadcast here tonight from Bedford Bearcat Stadium. We certainly do appreciate our sponsors. Thanks again for watching Ohio High School Athletic Association football presented by the Cleveland Clinic. Well, John, another season of Chardon football has gone by, another successful season. You know, there's only one team in this division that's going to win out and make it to the state finals, and unfortunately for Chardon, it won't be them, and they bow out early, but an exciting season nonetheless.
Oh, very much. There was lots of highs, lots of lows. Unfortunately, ends as a low, but like you said, Greg, you know, being in the playoffs is one time is terrific. The senior class went 3 times with the one remarkable back, Gary Renner, having 4 experiences with the playoffs.
Well, that's going to do it from here. We're glad you could join us on GTV for Chardon High School football, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again next year. For our statistician, Chris Reckner, for my partner, John Walsh, I'm Craig D. saying so long from Bedford Bearcat Stadium. The final, once again, Akron Buchtel 24, Chardon 7. Until we meet again, be safe and have a good night, everybody.